Hello, Aries. We're going to be doing a reading for you today for the third week of November. I'm going to use these to clarify. So I'll shuffle these. And this deck we're going to use for your past, present, and future. So your present is the compromise. And if you can see, it has a man and a woman's hand in there with hearts. So this might have to do with a love compromise for the present. Now we'll go into the past. What do we have for the past for Aries for the third week of November? I apologize if my shuffling is a little off. My hand is a little sore. I got burned. I have an introductory video that I put up there, but I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it very well. Some people said that they couldn't hear, the volume was down. I got 2 cards. Actually, I got 3 cards for your past. So if something comes out, I always take it just because it's a message. It's not for me to put back in. When people do that, you might lose out on something. So for your past, you have walking into the unknown. So you're going somewhere, but you don't know where you're going. This is for your past. Then you have clean the house. And you also have metamorphosis, which is really, really interesting to me. So for your past, you're going into the unknown. You have to clean up the messes to make room for the new one. Things that are coming into your life, and you're going through a metamorphosis. So this is for your past. And your present also, again, is compromise. So that's a love card. Now give me a card for Aries future. Aries future. Okay. Now we have, I think in the future everything is going to be very good for you. It's going to be light and airy. You're not going to have the stress. I think with these compromises that you're dealing with now are going to make things much easier for you in the future, since the past looks like it was unsure for you. You didn't know where you were going. You had to get rid of some messes to make room for the new. So I think that you left a last relationship. This is a love reading, obviously. You had to clean up some things from your past. You have something that you had to compromise on. You had to go through a little bit of a change. And in the future, I think everything is going to be fantastic. You're going to have some very high, beautiful moments with this new person that you're currently in compromise with. And also, I don't know if you can see this. In this deck, the bottom of it, it says the Palace of Gold. So there's always going to be enough. This is in Spanish, so I don't know if you can read it or not. But it says the Palace of Gold. There's always enough. And if you can see the moons there's 2 moons. So there's some things that are surrounding you that you might not be aware of right now that you're going to have to fix, or maybe the compromise, the present you're going to have. But this is the overall. So there's going to be enough. If you're worried about compromising with your partner because there isn't anything, and you had to make some changes in the future, it's going to be okay. You don't really have to worry because it says there's always enough, okay? So that's the bottom of the deck. Now let's do some clarifications with this deck for Aries for the November 18th. This is the third week of November. What do we have? Let's start with the present. So with your compromise, you basically have the 10 of Wands. So something that you're compromising on, it might not be something that you're really happy about. It's causing you a little bit of burden in your relationship. I don't know if it's a move or if it's for work, if you need to take another job, or if you have to compromise taking a job that you don't really want to take because you lost your job in the pandemic. But it's saying that you have a burden with some of the things that you're having to compromise with this person. I'm not really getting an energy of a male or a female yet, but there are a lot of female cards. This is a man, and he's burdened. There's a woman's hand, there's a woman here, there's a woman in this card, and there's a woman in this card. So I think you're having to compromise with a woman if you're a male Aries. Let's go into the past. What was in the past for Aries? What do we have for November? 18th? Sorry. Again, my hand is burnt, so it's really painful to shuffle. Give me information for the past. November, the 3rd week for Aries. These do not want to shuffle, and they're very slighted cards. Okay, we got a stack. If they fall out, I take them. So, the first card for the past is the Ten of Pentacles. So I think this has something to do with a job. You had money in the past with a job. Maybe you had lost that, and that's why you're compromising and it's causing you burdens. I think you might be taking something that you don't really want to take, but you have to. And things are going to be changing. This is metamorphosis, cleaning out the old to get to the new and change. And you also have the moon there. So maybe you didn't know what the changes were. You didn't see them coming yet. But you did have money, and I think things have changed, obviously, with the pandemic. I mean, but you have the cards here that are telling you they're not changing to where you're happy and it feels like a burden to you. You had a skill set. This is the Three of Pentacles. You had a skill set that maybe you were very good at, and now you're not able to utilize them, and that's maybe why it's causing such a burden to you. You have to do something else that maybe you're not used to. And this last card, I don't know, but you have you have 2 moons in your past. So maybe you didn't see this coming, and it's twofold for you. Like, you really were stressed out, you didn't know, and it was a last minute thing. Maybe the seniority was set in place and you lost your job over other people, even though you had a good skill set, and now you're stuck with something that you don't want to do, and you're compromising, taking something that's causing you to be burdened to make somebody else happy, to keep the relationship going. But it says here, in the future, you don't really have to worry about it. You're going to have high moments. You're going to be very happy. Things are going to change. So even if you take something that you're not happy with now, it's only going to be temporary. It's going to change. So I would suggest take this job that you don't want to take and keep the peace in the home. In the future, we have the Empress. And we have the Knave of Swords. So basically, I think you're going to have everything you need. The Empress has everything. And this is a female energy. So I think that you're going to be having everything that you need. And the woman that you're with, that you're doing these compromises for to keep the peace, is going to be very happy. It's going to show her that you love her very much, doing something you don't want to do just so you can keep everything going, even if it's something that you really don't want to do and you're not happy doing it. In the future, it's going to change. You're going to have everything. This is only going to be a temporary job. And you have the Knave of Swords. So basically, you're going to have something else that you're going to learn. I think you're going to upgrade with your job. You're going to use the skill set that you had, but I think when you get this new job, whatever it is, you're going to be able to get some sort of funding or free training to upgrade your skill set. And you're going to learn a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more intellectual. I think you're going to have to think more with this job that you get in the future. But I think it's going to go very well. I don't see anything that is off-putting except for this. You thought this was a burden because right now you're having to take something you're not happy with. But again, like I said, that the female that you're with, this is for a male Pisces, a male Aries. She's going to be very happy. She's going to see that you're doing whatever you need to do to keep her happy and keep her stable, everything running in the home. You have to get rid of some old things if they're not working, and maybe you were one of those old things. You came last, maybe you weren't in the position for seniority and they had to let you go because of the pandemic. But again, You didn't see this coming. You have 2 moons here, so you didn't really see this coming. You thought you were going to be secure, and you ended up losing that. But in the future, you're going to get a really good job. Just basically start applying for jobs that you want and see if that job in that company has resources for you to utilize to upgrade your skills so this doesn't happen to you again. I would also suggest when you first get into this new job, let them know that you really want extra training to go higher up on the ladder, and that will put a very good impression on them when you get this. I think that's going to bring you more money. They're going to give you more advancement in the company a lot faster with a pay raise, and you're going to be able to learn new things that you're going to have an intellectual link with. Yeah, I think you're going to have to think a little bit more with this, and that's why the extra training is coming in. You're going to have to think a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit of a harder job, but you're going to be really happy with it. It's going to bring you more money and stability, and overall, I think everything is going to work out for you. And remember, at the bottom of the deck, don't forget what this said. It said the Golden Palace, and also you have 2 moons. So maybe this isn't something that you're seeing also in the future. This means that you're always going to have enough. And maybe you think you're going to have an advancement, but you don't see how far you're going to advance with this company. I think it's going to be really good for you. Gold, everybody knows the value of gold, and I think if you take this extra education, you're going to be gold to the company, and you're not going to have to worry about losing your place next time in your job. So Aries, this is for the 3rd week of November. I hope this helped you. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what your situation is, if this basically touched you in any way, if you got the information, if this is your situation. Subscribe to my channel. If you go on the details below, you'll see why. You can be registered for a trip. Also, there's other benefits. If you like and share, there's other social media. You can check out the other DaVinci businesses, and possibly take a trip after this pandemic is over. So I hope it resonated. I hope this helped, and I gave you a little bit of guidance and released some stress out of your day. Have a good week.